Good afternoon everybody and welcome to another video from Toiletries. So today I'm outside the Auchan supermarket. So about a year ago, 11 months ago, I made a video in St. Petersburg at another supermarket telling you about all the prices. So a lot has happened since then. The rubles have been on a bit of a roller coaster. Now at that time I made that video, it's 84 rubles for $1. Now today it's 75 rubles for $1. So everybody, in the last year or so, inflation's got really crazy. So we're going to go inside Auchan today and see if the inflation in Russia is just as bad as it is in Europe. Now everybody, I made a note of the prices of goods in the video that I did almost a year ago. So I'm going to go inside and find these exact products and see how much the prices changed. But I'm also going to look at a lot of new products. So yeah everybody, Auchan is a French supermarket and one of the biggest supermarkets in the whole of Russia. In fact, they call it a hypermarket, which means hypermarket. So I've never been inside here before. And I tell you, I'm not actually going to buy anything today because I had a massive buffet lunch and I'm absolutely stuffed. Okay everybody, so the security guard has already said something to me. I have no idea what, but he didn't know what I was holding in my hand, so I told him it was a camera and I just walked off. So I've got a cute little trolley here to put my basket in. Nice, eh? Now guys, I got a list of the products that I was noting the prices of in my last video. So they're not in any particular order, but I'm going to go to the alcohol section first. Okay guys, so I'm already starting to have problems with my price comparison game. So I was looking for Russian standard platinum vodka and they don't have it, they just have the gold one there. So I'm going to go on to the next product. Okay guys, so I found the Ballantine's whiskey that I found in the last video. Now, the price last time was 1,389 rubles for half a litre. So let's see what price it is this time. And there we go, 1,589 rubles. So that's an increase of 200 rubles, but that's to be expected really because it's an imported product. So let's go on to the next product. Okay everybody, another seismic change in Russia in the last years. A lot of international brands have pulled out of Russia. So now I'm looking for Pepsi, but I'm not sure I'm going to find it because I haven't seen too much of it these days in Russia. So last time I was here, 2 litres of Pepsi cost 149 rubles. And look, here we are. No Pepsi to be seen at all. We got Jumbo Cola here. Got some other cola there. Cool Cola. So yeah, we've got quite a few different colas, but we don't have Coca-Cola and we don't have Pepsi. Now, like I said last time, Pepsi was 149 rubles for 2 litres. So let's see how much 2 litres of these other brands cost. These ones are 1.5 litres. This must be 2 litre here. This is big. Okay, so we can see it's pretty much the same price for this Cool Cola as it was for Pepsi a year ago. Oh, check this out everybody, they got Bella Cola. Now Bella Cola is a national cola of Belarus. So I think I tried it in Belarus, but I can't remember what it tastes like. Alright everybody, so next on my list is energy drinks. Last time I was looking at Burn energy drinks and yeah, it was 128 rubles for a Burn energy drink, a big one. So let's look at the price. Oh, there we go, Burn, 145 rubles. So it's gone up in price. So I don't know if these energy drinks are brought into Russia or they're made in Russia, but yeah, the price has gone up a bit. Oh, and also everybody, Red Bull last time was 124 rubles. So we can see it's about the same, just a little bit less in fact, and especially this sugar-free Red Bull, they got some discount at the moment, 90 rubles, not bad at all. Okay, everybody, so when I did that supermarket video a year ago, I think some of the biggest price increases were in the juice section. So I have it here that J7 juice was 174 rubles, sorry, for 1 liter. So let's see if we can find it. Oh, look, there we go, J7. That's tomato juice. I think that's always kind of cheap. Do they have any normal? Ah, there we go. So look at that, everybody. J7 juice there, 139 rubles. So what did I say it was before? So yeah, guys, the price of the juice seems to have come down a bit from the dizzy heights of 1 year ago. So yeah, that's about a 20–25% price decrease. Now, everybody, I mentioned last time that Dobry was the kind of cheap juice. And yeah, it was 109 rubles for a liter last time, and this time we can see it's gone down in price a bit. That's tomato juice and vegetable juice. There's another Dobry there. So yeah, it's about the same price or less. Now guys, what I found annoying about this supermarket so far is that there's a few products with no price on them. Like a year ago, the price of rich juice, cherry juice, was 247 rubles. So I was gobsmacked at the time, and I'm trying to do an exact comparison. But look, we got the rich cherry juice there with no price. Unless it's down there somewhere, no. Okay. So, okay, we got another one here. No price. Okay, this one's got a price, 155 rubles. So, I'm guessing that the tangerine juice and the cherry juice are probably about the same price. So we can see there that that's a massive decrease from 200 and, what did I say, 47 rubles to 154 rubles. So, yeah, they've definitely come back down to earth. Oh look, everybody, I found the rich pomegranate juice that I found a year ago. And it was 247 rubles, now it's 229. So yeah, not much of a decrease on the pomegranate juice. Alright, everybody, I'm just gonna show you a little bit around the supermarket. So it's kind of basic looking, like a lot of hypermarkets are, and what I'm liking about this place is there's no music, or very little music, so I don't have to edit it out somehow. Otherwise I'd have problems with YouTube. In the UK recently there's been some food shortages. I don't think they were that serious, to be honest, but when I was in the UK I was noticing a shortage of tomatoes and also eggs. But here in Russia, they don't have any problems with tomatoes. Look. These are the nice ones. 290 rubles for a kilo. And we've got some different ones over here. Pretty expensive at this time of year, of course, because it's only just coming into spring. So cheapest ones there, salad tomatoes, 250 rubles. So everybody, I don't think the price of cucumbers has changed that much. If we look here, 166 rubles for a kilo, or 99 rubles for this packet, I think. Got some loose ones over here, slightly different price, 150 rubles, 140 rubles, pretty much the same. Now everybody, here's a big price drop for you. Last time I was in the supermarket, it was 160 rubles for 1 kilo of Royal Gala apples. And now look at the price. 100 rubles. So yes, it seems like so far like everything's calming down, and the price of most things we've been comparing are less or the same as before. Now remember, I'm just comparing things in rubles here, because there's a bit of a difference in the price of the dollar and the euro compared to 11 months ago. Yeah, like I was saying, $1 11 months ago is 84 rubles, and today it's a bit less, it's 75. So in the last year there's been pretty much a steady decrease in the value of the ruble. Alright everybody, let's go to the citrus section and find the lemons. A year ago Almost 110 rubles for a kilo of lemons. I'm not seeing the lemons so far. Where are they hiding? Must be over there by the oranges. Oranges and lemons to the bells of St. Clement's. Wow, look at that. Spot on since last year. They were 110 and now they're 109.99. Alright, so now it looks like I'm in the cheese section, and it's a huge cheese section. This is a bigger place than I was at a year ago. So I'm looking for the cottage cheese. Last time it was 89 rubles for 200 grams. I like a bit of cottage cheese myself. Goes well for breakfast. To be honest, it's not surprising that a French supermarket would have a lot of cheese. I tell you what, everybody, I'm really impressed by the amount of cheese that they have in this supermarket. I mean, look here, this is just cottage cheese, or tvorog as they call it. Look, that says tvorog. So yeah, the price of cottage cheese is about the same as a year ago. They got tvorog, plain tvorog, tvorog with fruit, cherries, raspberries. Definitely wouldn't get that kind of selection of cottage cheese in the UK. Okay guys, so next on Tool Travels' list is mozzarella. Now, as I probably said last time, I do like mozzarella. I have it in sandwiches quite often. So 120 rubles for 125 grams. Let's find that mozzarella, shall we? Oh, this looks like it. Yeah, it was Italian mozzarella. 125 grams, look. And now it's 191 rubles. Wow. I think that's our biggest price increase so far, and that just shows you the effect that the sanctions are having, because this is Italian mozzarella. They're not going to be making that in Russia. Now everybody, while we're in the dairy section, I'm going to check on the price of milk. Now, I'm not expecting really any change in the price of milk, because things like milk, bread, eggs and things like that, they always try to keep the same price just to show their inflation figures aren't out of control. I tell you what though guys, last time it was 64 rubles for a litre of milk, and now look, basically an extra 10 rubles for a litre of milk. Now that might not seem very much, but if you're on a budget in Russia, you know, you're on a pension or something, that's something. We got the absolute cheapest milk there, it looks like, for 59. Wow everybody, this whole aisle is dedicated to packaged milk, like long life milk I think it is. My God. I mean, does there really need to be this many types of milk? I don't know. But impressive. Now we're getting on to cream. Wow, check this out everybody, they got some Norwegian imported fish, and this one is called the Harold Boulder fish. Hey guys, it's pork o'clock. Where can a white man get some food around here? Okay guys, so we're back in my favorite section, the steak section. Now, last time 859 rubles for 320 grams of black Angus ribeye. So that's ribeye, 320 grams. I found it, you guys, I found it. Now, how much did I say? Yeah, guys, last time it was 859 rubles, and now it's 879 rubles. So yeah, that's almost exactly the same, and we can see that's a domestic Russian product. Otherwise, the price would be much higher. Now I'm in the egg section, and like the milk, I'm not expecting a huge increase, but you never know. So last time it was like 120 rubles for 10 like good quality eggs, and then the absolute cheapest ones were 77. So let's have a look. And there we go, look. The budget ones, battery hen type ones, the same price. And the good ones, oh, I think these were the ones maybe. No, it was these ones. So yeah, it was the extra ones, and yeah, now they're 127, so not too bad. Guys, one thing I've noticed in the UK is that you get quite a lot of food reductions, especially at the end of the day. So you can get something like 1/3 off or 50% off, or sometimes you can get some things for pennies, but that's not so popular in Russia. I think they basically, you know, try and sell it even when it's rotten sometimes. But we got some price reductions here. Look, 45% off some chicken, some dodgy looking steak. It's not looking very pink anymore, that steak. 40% off that. So yeah, it's not so popular to reduce expiring food here. Now guys, as you might expect with a country like Russia, they absolutely love their fish. So we got a bunch of fresh fish over there. We got some fish in packets here. All sorts of types of fish. Look at this poor guy. He never thought he'd end up in a plastic packet in a Russian supermarket, did he? Even took his eyes out. Okay, for a moment there I thought that was some LGBTQ fish. But unlike in Western countries, we don't have any products here with LGBTQ flags on them. I think it's illegal, in fact, to be promoting LGBT values in Russia. There's another thing that I'm expecting that's come down in price a bit is instant coffee. Now, I didn't make a note of what this carton noir cost last time, but I'll mention the price in a video. But yeah, you can see it's got the sneaky packaging that makes it look a lot bigger. 713 rubles seems like a lot of money, considering it's only up to here, I think. And the big one's there, 1,500. Wow. Now, they got quite a few Serbian products in Russia and Serbian restaurants and whatnot, and I'm looking for some Serbian coffee. I'd be very impressed if I could find some. What's this? No, I don't think that is. I mean, we call it Serbian coffee in Serbia, but in reality, of course, it's Turkish coffee. But, you know, I don't know what other kind of Turkish coffee to buy. No, that's kind of surprising, to be honest, because they got a lot of other Serbian products in Russia. They got Serbian beer here, but no Serbian coffee. What a shame. Okay, everybody, so there's no Coca-Cola in Russia anymore, or very little of it. It's quite hard to find, but they have a replacement for Coca-Cola, and it's called Dobry Cola, and apparently it's exactly the same as Coca-Cola. It was the same factory that's making Coca-Cola before, and now they've just rebranded it. So there we go, Dobry Cola. We can see it's very plain packaging. 75 rubles for half a litre, or 60 for a can, and that's sugar-free. And they also have other Dobry drinks, mango and maracuya, and lemon and lime. I suppose that's the Sprite replacement. Oh, look, everybody, got Zephyrium coconut. It looks like there's no shortage of Western chocolates, and I don't eat chocolate myself, but this price seems pretty reasonable. About 50 rubles for a small chocolate bar. I think they're getting a lot smaller with inflation these days. Look at the Milky Way, for Christ's sake, it's tiny. Now everyone, you remember in that other video it was 200 rubles for a tube of Pringles. And it looked like at the time, almost a year ago, they were running out of Pringles. Well, now they've run out of Pringles. So they got some Lay's stacks here, which are about the same price as the Pringles. I think last time they had something else like cracks or craps or something. Now guys, I'm in the non-food section now, okay, and I've just found the socks. Now something that's very strange in former Soviet Union countries, it's winter time, okay, and I'm looking for some warm socks. And you go into like shoe shops, supermarkets, and they don't have warm socks. They only have like thin summer socks, and I don't get it. I mean, look, all these are thin. Now, when I speak to the locals, they say, "Oh, Sergio, you have to go to the babushkas at the market to get socks." But you know, markets are not always close by, so it's quite annoying for me, to be honest. So every time I go back to the UK, I make sure I get some socks. Usually at Christmas I get some, so it's a perfect gift. Yeah, it seems like the babushkas are controlling the sock market in Russia. So it's kind of like babushka mafia. So if Auchan started selling thick socks, then you get a posse of babushkas coming here with baseball bats, and they'd say, right, Auchan, this is our territory. Get rid of the socks or else. Now, another thing that Russians really like is slippers. Now, they will not walk on any surface in barefoot or in socks. They always have their slippers. So look, it's like slipper heaven in Auchan. Got pink furry ones. Got like granddad ones here. Hey, look, everybody, they got a Sega Mega Drive. I remember these from when I was a kid. 1,300 rubles for that. Oh, I remember Castlevania. I don't remember a lot of these. To be honest, I mostly had Super Nintendo when I was younger. Donkey Kong, of course, I remember that. Let's see if it works. Start. There we go. One player game. Come on then. Oh my god, I haven't played this for years. I literally have not played this game since the 1980s, but you never forget, you know? Oh no, 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 no! You bastard! I have to get to the top and rescue that beautiful Russian girl from that savage. He's not going to get me this time. Oh my god, that was close. Oh shit! Hey, I didn't know I couldn't go down like that. Right, I'm going to do it this time, guys. I'm confident. You're not going to get me this time. Not going to happen. Oh, quick, quick, quick. Whoa. Okay, I can jump. Hey, I forgot. Don't worry, Russian girl, I'm coming to rescue you. Wow. So yeah, a lot of interesting electrical bits and bobs. Some cheap computer monitors. Well, it's not that cheap, to be honest. 6,500 rubles for that little one. Not really. Oh, now that is cheap. 250 rubles for a keyboard. Looks like it's falling to pieces, of course. Okay, guys, so we're now in the horticultural section. And we got loads of seeds here. I wouldn't mind planting my seeds this springtime, to be honest. Oh, everybody, I remember a year ago how shocked I was at the laundry detergent prices. A 3.7 kilogram packet of Ariel powder was 1,349 rubles now. I can't find 3.7 kilograms, but let's look at one of these others. Okay, let's say this one, for example. 3 kilograms, only 500 rubles. So you can see that's a massive drop in the price of washing powder. So we're back in the booze section. This time we're in the beer section. Now, last time it was 160 rubles for one Luft beer, which is Belgian beer. and 71 rubles for Zateki Gus, which is a Polish beer. Let's see if we can find them. I don't see any sign. Oh, there we go. What did I say? So there we go, guys. I found the Luft beer. They don't have a big selection of it, and it's about the same price, 160, 170 rubles, but I think in the last video the bottles were smaller, and I can't see the small bottles around anywhere. And there's no Luft there. So I guess Luft beer is another victim of sanctions. Belgium has said, no, Russia, you will not have our tasty beer. So let's find the Zateki Gus, or however you pronounce it. I'm not sure. Yeah, they're always going to have Zateki Gus. It's cheap shit that a lot of Russians like. So yeah, about the same price, gone down a few pennies. Right, everybody, let's go into the bog roll section. Last time it was 369 rubles for 8 Kleenex bog rolls. So let's see. Is there going to be Kleenex here? Could be another victim of sanctions. Yeah, I'm not seeing Kleenex. Anybody? So yeah, no Kleenex. It looks like Zua has taken over the market. They don't care who uses their paper to wipe their bum. So yeah, we can see 8 rolls of Zua. Zua will go down the sewer. 250. So yeah, the bog roll price has gone down. So yeah, everybody, looks like Kleenex has been wiped off the Russian market. It looks like we're in the pet toy section. It could be the sex toy section. It's hard to know these days, to be honest. Looks painful. Now, this is the most common cleaning liquid in all of Eastern Europe, Mr. Proper. So if you want to do a proper job, you need this man. He doesn't look very proper, to be honest. He looks dodgy. Right, guys, so we're in the toiletry section now. And a year ago, the cheapest Gillette shaving foam was 333 rubles. Now, I was shocked because back home in the UK, you can get it at the pound shop for £1, which is, yeah, like 100 rubles or something like that. And look, it's come down in price, but not much. Hang on, is that the cheapest one? So yeah, guys, last time was 333 rubles for the cheapest shaving foam, and now pretty big drop. Look at that, 200 rubles. So yeah, these prices are not bad. Got this one for 250. So yeah, coming down in price a bit. Now, I didn't make a note of the price of razors, but here we go. I usually don't buy these kind of razors myself. I go for the disposable ones. But yeah, I don't know. Kind of expensive, I suppose, but they're expensive in the UK as well. Oh, I tell you what, guys, I'm getting quite tired of all this walking around the supermarket. I hate shopping. And look, I've bought absolutely nothing so far. So I'm going back to the energy drink section. Get myself a little sugar-free energy drink to perk me up. Alright, I'm going to get myself one of these 90 ruble Red Bulls. It's probably not a coincidence that they put the Red Bull right next to the vodka section. So I don't think I can leave without buying a little bottle of vodka. You know, to keep at home. Just for special occasions. I don't want to buy a big one or else I'm an alcoholic. Well, they got some own brand vodka here. Will probably strip your intestines. No, I'll find something a little bit more expensive. Alright, I go for this little bottle of Stolichnaya. 200 rubles, can't go wrong. So everybody, as I mentioned before, Slavic people love their sausage. There's every conceivable sausage under the sun here. The problem is, when you have such a massive choice of sausage, how can you pick only one? Goes all the way down there, and here we got sliced sausage. Now, one thing I definitely miss from the UK is real bacon. So they got bacon here. It says it's bacon, but it's not bacon. So yeah, it's just one of those things. I just have to do without it when I'm in Russia. Now, another thing I miss from the UK is real sandwiches. I don't really trust sandwiches in a lot of places in Russia. I mean, look at this one. I got no idea what's inside there. It says it's Caesar, chicken Caesar. Dodgy. And here we have the nothing sandwich. No, not very tasty looking, I'm afraid. Now, I'm a bit surprised that this bread section is very, very small for a huge supermarket. So, yeah, I don't know if there's another section for bread or what. But, yeah, you can see bread is still pretty cheap. Okay, we got a bunch of packeted bread here as well. I didn't notice. But yeah, the fresh bread section isn't that big, to be honest.
Карта магазина?
Yep.
Для вас бесплатная карта.
Ого. Спасибо.
Спасибо, приходите с картой, не подачу размер.
Hey everybody, so I was given a free loyalty card there at the checkout, but I don't want it because I don't really want people knowing what I'm buying in the supermarket. So this is going straight in the bin. Okay everybody, so that's it for this video. Now I think we can do a summary and say that imported goods at least have gone way down because there was an initial shock when sanctions started and they probably didn't know how to price things, but general product like day-to-day things like bread, milk, cheese and whatnot has gone up a little bit. Now I think the inflation in Russia is probably not as bad as in the rest of Europe. So yeah, thank you very much for watching everybody. Now stay tuned because we're going to have more videos coming. I'm going to be in Russia for a while, alright? So take care of yourselves and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.